Sapoops, the wonderful Sukri Omar recently asked when we are suspending the AP's Wong Siew Ki. And it's so because nobody cares about what Sukri Omar wants. So here's a more important question. When are we suspending Sukri Omar? Sapoops, Sukri Omar wants Wong Siew Ki to be suspended for 12 months if what she said in the Dewan Negeri contradicts what the Sultan said. And what she said was this.
Mengenai isu penternakan babi dalam titah ucapan Tuanku, Sri Kembangan memohon ampun Tuanku menyebah bahawa isu ini juga menyentuh hak kesamarataan warga negara yang terjamin di bawah Perkara 8/2 Perlembagaan Persekutuan. Penternakan babi tidak seharusnya dibezakan daripada penternakan haiwan yang lain. Risiko pencemaran, aspek kebersihan serta kesihatan dalam penternakan babi adalah sama seperti yang dihadapi oleh penternakan haiwan yang lain. Namun begitu, amat duka citanya, seperti yang dibangkitkan dalam titah ucapan Tuanku, isu penternakan babi telah dijadikan sebagai isu politik dan dimainkan oleh pelbagai pihak, termasuklah bekas ahli politik di luar sana. Sehubungan itu, Sri Kembangan memohon pertimbangan agar diberikan ruang kepada kerajaan dan para pelabur untuk meneroka sistem penternakan tertutup dan moden, termasuk konsep zero discharge dengan izin melalui teknologi kita semula, sisa kepada biogas dan tenaga elektrik. Sistem ini telah terbukti berjaya di negeri lain dan Selangor tidak seharusnya ketinggalan. Tambahan pula, kebergantungan sepenuhnya kepada import bagi sumber makanan adalah berisiko dalam jangka panjang.
Yup. That's what she said, which of course our Sukri Sapoop and Jamal Yunos Sapoop pounce on, perhaps the way that they do after searching the internet desperately for race or religion issues in order to remain relevant and not completely fade away for being mediocre. It seems that the Jamal Sapoop, by the way, recovered enough from his cancer after selling his towel and slippers to be able to come out and yap and twist what happened. So it seems like there was allegedly an insult of the Sultan, which it was not. You may remember the starting words of what Siew Ki said.
She asks for forgiveness. Is that something you do when you're insulting people?
See, we all know that Siew Ki is casually mentioning the Constitution, which by the way binds every single individual in this country, regardless of your race, regardless of your religion. She's actually proposing technological solutions, which suggests that she actually does her homework, speaks up for people. And you might also remember that she never directly accused the Sultan of anything, but instead was pointing exactly at these kinds of penunggangs whose only way of being relevant is to yap about issues like this because they can offer nothing else that's significant. Now, I don't really care about Jamal. He can do whatever it is that he wants. I hope he lives happily ever after on the proceeds of his towel and slipper sales. But Sukri, oh my boy Sukri. Sukri is a different story. Because if you wanted to suspend someone, I think our boy is the absolute #1 first-class candidate to be suspended. What exactly does Sukri do? Well, I guess what he does do is show up at Sogo, do the hashtag Turun Anwar thing, and lose multiple elections before never even holding a seat as an Adun, a young Berhormat, or anything else. What a shame though. Just look at this combination of amazing qualities here. May I remind you that he's such an inspiration. Apparently, he has the capacity to care about Singapore Malays as well. So inspirational. Yeah, no. In case people have forgotten just who this Sukri Omar is, may I remind you that he is a liability to Malaysia and to our relationship with Singapore. You might remember that during the Singapore general elections last year, Singapore called out 2 past leaders for election interference. Well, this Sukri Sapoop is exactly one of them alongside Iskandar Abdul Samad, casually making posts supporting the whole menunggang agama, menunggang until you get a Mercedes stuff, which is not okay in Singapore and frankly should also be outlawed in Malaysia as well. And he wants to keep the party rolling right now even as he yaps to inspire the world and bring Malaysia to the next stage. Bro Sapoops, I don't think I need to tell you, but this guy is bad news. But in case you're not convinced, all you need to do is just look through his old Facebook posts and there you can see all of that obsession with connecting religion and politics, weird statuses here and there. Perfect for leading the brainwash ikut ikut low-class tanpa pas siapalah kita sepoops that make up their entire membership, in a touching display of the fruits of menunggang agama and also of the principle that you get the leaders that you deserve. Oh, but wait! He is also a wonderful networker though. A solidarity sepoop. Next thing you know, he'll be negotiating deals like Anwar Ibrahim to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Except he's gonna be doing it with people like Nur Deros, who was trying to disrupt Singapore's elections, and also respected Australia-based ex-ISA detainee
Zulfikar Sharif, also known as Zainal.
What a wonderful contributor to our relationship between Malaysia and Singapore, speaking for the Malays of Singapore while they cry in 1 Sing to 3 ringgit, so that he can save them from their oppression.
Which seems to be one of the few things that the Singapore government is not down with.
Singapore sepoops, Malaysia sepoops, sepoops from all around the world with even a single brain cell operational. Don't listen to this guy. If you wanted a representative or a hero from the Malay community, you need not just look at P. Ramlee, you could even look at every single member of the Matmigos and they would be better than this joker, who can only think religion. Oh sorry, not even religion. More of like, how to use religion to gaslight people who are dumber than me so that I can manipulate people who are smarter than me. Religion, politics, like a little clockwork robot that never ever stops. Not surprising considering that he has so much extra fuel, but whoa. But you know, Sukri, can I give you some advice? Instead of yapping about combining religion and politics and what Siew Ki said or did not say, maybe you should realize that it takes respect to be able to engage with your royalty, because royalty is made up of humans. We've seen the Sultan comment on many things that help to improve intercommunal harmony in Malaysia. Patik junjung kasih tuanku. The hope is that in the exercise of democratic privilege and also the constitutional rights that we have as citizens of Malaysia, tuanku, we can show you what is possible that was not possible before, what technology enable or does not enable, and that you will treat this not as an affront to your sovereignty, but instead, tuanku, as a meaningful engagement from a citizen of this country to move things forward with the science that we know. If your answer is no, then that's fine. We understand that. But that democratic privilege, tuanku, is something that people of all parties agree with, and not something that we can treat just as a narrow issue that people are just going to fight against because they identify themselves as heroes of their race and religion, like this joker likes to do. And Sukri, one last piece of advice for you. Instead of trying to comment on nonsense like this,
Tuanku also doesn't want politicians exploiting race, religion, and the monarchy itself, so if you can't respect that, then can you leave Selangor?
Maybe you want to try to fix what this lovely ustazah mentioned before.
Negara yang paling bersih rasuah di peringkat Asia Tenggara adalah Singapura. Mengejutkan tak? Negara yang dianggap sebagai negara bukan Islam, tapi bebas daripada korupsi.
I think it's going to help you a lot more than
try to be so-called concerned for Singapore when the ustazah is clearly pointing out that their country is superior to yours. You're not smart enough to advise them or to advise anyone, Sukri.
As some people might say, you wait long lah. Trying to comment on a conversation that you're not even part of because you can't even win elections. But until then, yeah, I don't know if there's an until then, cause as far as I know, you are a liability. And that's just how it is. But what do you think, Sapoops? Do you think we should suspend Sukri Omar? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. That's all to say about that, and bye.